Yesterday I had uploaded a video. Have you all seen that video on nested if?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many of you saw that video, students? I hope you are following all the offline lectures regularly. Okay. If you follow them, you will be able to understand the concept in a better way, right? Okay. First, today we will start with a program. I'm going to give you a program first. Please note it down. I hope you all understood this. Write a program in Python to accept a number between 1 and 7 and print the corresponding weekday. For example, 1 is Sunday, 2 is Monday, 7 is Saturday. So it should be like you will be first asking the user. I'm going to explain how the output will be. So first you will be, output goes like this. You ask the user, enter a number between 1 and 7, like this. Okay, and user will enter any number. For example, user enters the number 2. So you have to print weekday is Monday. This will be the output of the program. Is this clear to everyone? So you will first start with this question, everybody. You have a notebook with you, write this program. Which, first of all, tell me, we will start with creating a flow chart, okay? Just a second, I already have so many things over here. First, note it down properly. First of all, draw the flow chart. Flow chart will help you to understand the underlying logic of the program. I'll give you the beginning of it. First, start. Second is you have to read a number. So which box will you use for reading a number? Anyone? Which box do you use for reading a number from the user?
Parallelogram.
Yes, that is known as input box. Okay. You will call it as input box. So I'm going to use the input box here first of all. This is my input box. And I'm going to use a plain English language. Read a number. N. Okay. Next, what am I supposed to do? What will I check or what will I do next?
Write a condition.
Yes, exactly. So for condition, which box will I use?
Diamond one.
Diamond is known as
Decision
decision box. Okay, decision box. Now within this decision box, what will be my first condition? Think, you have to check. Take a look at the question, students. This is your question. Write a program in Python to accept any number between 1 and 7 and print the corresponding weekday. Take a look. Example is given. If 1 is entered, it should print Sunday. If 2 is entered, it should print Monday. And so on. 3 should be Tuesday. So on up to 7, that is Saturday. And if any other value is entered, that will be considered as invalid entry. That is any other number, output should be invalid entry. Yes, come on, tell me. The first condition will be, I will check whether n is equal to 1 or not. If n is 1, that means it is which weekday? Sunday. So you will simply write here print Sunday. Weekday is Sunday, or it is Sunday, Monday, something like this. Whatever you want, you can write, modify the output in your own words and write it. But Sunday word should be there. Okay. And stop. But the program has not completed yet. What should I do next? अगर Sunday नहीं हुआ तो? Come on, tell me. The question is open to anyone. Anybody can answer. Arpit Sharma, answer me. 11th B, Arpit Sharma. Students, when a question is asked to you, you have to give me an answer. Okay.
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
The question is, now what should I do? This is where I stopped. Okay. And if n is not equal to 1, if this condition is false, what will I do? Will I just leave it?
The condition when n is equal to 2.
Yes, exactly. A very simple question. I'm asking it. And we will check the next condition whether n is equal to 2 or not. If it is yes, it will print what? Monday. Print Monday. And if it is no, come on, anyone else? Tell me. Okay, someone has sent me a message. Let me check. Okay, Shlok has written the complete program. Very good. I got 2 personalized chat messages also. Okay, one query has come up. That is, I have to release the marks. Just give me a moment. I'm stopping the share from here. Everybody should complete this flowchart till then. Okay. Complete the flowchart. and write the program. Just a sec. Okay, students, please check your email IDs for your marks. Okay, and if any doubt is there, please ask me. I have released your scores. Okay, one more answer I got. Yes, very good. Very good. Who sent this? Let me check. Chahat Agrawal. Yes, good. Shlok also very good. Okay, just a sec. We will first complete our code here. So likewise, you are going to, I hope you can complete the flowchart on your own. You will be checking conditions till 7. Okay, and this way it will continue, and the last one, that is n equal to 7. It will be either true or false. If it is true, what will be printed? Print Saturday. Okay, and end. And if it is no, then simply you will be using an output box and printing invalid entry. Okay, and that will also go to end. So this is the flow chart, simple flow chart. And the program is going to be this. Everybody look here very carefully. This is your program. Okay, you have to ask for a number num from the user. If the number is 1, so what has been used? Which if variant has been used over here? The cascading if else ladder has been used. So you can check it out. You can see how it is cascading till the last, that is else. Okay, so if none of these conditions they suffice, then you have to go for else. Okay. Yes, somebody raised the hand. Yes, Dhruv, what is it?
Ma'am, we cannot make this program short, ma'am, because this is very long.
Do you have any ideas for that?
Ma'am, by making a list or set where 1 equals to Monday, 2 equals to Tuesday.
We can definitely do that, but we haven't covered sets or dictionary yet. Okay, we can do it easily with the help of dictionary. We can create key value pairs where 1, 2, 3, these would be the keys, and Sunday, Monday, these would be the values of the keys. And what we can do is, if we have to print the weekday, user will ask for a number from the user, and we will simply write the dictionary name, we will write the key value, and it will automatically give us the particular weekday. Hardly 3 lines program it would be, but that we can do only when we learn about dictionaries. Okay, we haven't covered dictionaries yet. So right now, and also understanding if elif, that is also important, because everywhere you cannot apply dictionaries. Understood? So you should all this right now we are checking out the chapter, that is 4, chapter 4, control flow and iteration. So it is important for us to understand the concepts first. Okay, these are important concepts. Decision making concepts are the most important concepts. So first you need to understand that, because there would be numerous situations where you have to use these only. Understood? Yes, Shlok.
Ma'am, in exam I have doubt in question number 22.
Question number 22. Okay, let me see. Just a sec. Let me open it. Okay. This one.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in the book it is given that statements can be joined using a semicolon.
Okay. So the one. 1 second. Okay, that means I'll have to adjust the marks for this one. Don't worry. I'll do that, okay, later in the day. Thank you for reminding me. So I'll do that later in the day. I will just add another option, okay, or I'll just give marks on this question. So it will take some time for me. I'll be able to do it in the evening only because I'll have to go to school today, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's come to the next question. I'm going to first remove everything from this canvas. Okay, and we will be doing this question now. This question is based on nested if. Okay, so I'm going to first copy it. Okay, so while it is opening, I had taught you about nested if you remember, where you have to include an if statement within another if. Yesterday's offline lecture was all about nested if, so I am assuming that you people are already aware about that. Okay, so that is why today we are just going to do some application of nested if, right? So what we are going to do, let us check this out with a very simple program. First, I'm going to take up a simple program for you all. That program is, it goes like this. Write a program to accept age of a person and say whether he is an adult or not. If he or she is an adult, then check whether he or she is eligible for marriage or not. So now over here, considering adult, a person is adult when he is minimum 18 years of age. Okay. And for considering age of marriage, so for girls, this is 18 years and for boys, it is 21 years. Now what I have to do is, firstly, I have to check whether that person is adult or not. So that would be one condition, one if condition, right? That is, I'm checking whether it is greater than equal to 18 or not. So this would be if and this would be else, right? Now over here, if he or she is an adult, that means if this condition is satisfied, then I have to check whether he is eligible for marriage or not. And that too eligible for marriage, how am I going to check? Because for girls it is a different age, boys it is a different age. So how am I going to check? I am going to first check whether that person is a male or a female, okay? And then I'm going to check it based on age. Understood? So let us draw the flowchart for this first of all. Like what is happening here? I hope the program, the question is clear to everyone. So I'm first starting with a flowchart. So we start, and what is the first entry? What am I going to take as an input? Read age of person. Read age of person in a variable named age. Okay, now check. So a decision box has to be made. Age is greater than equal to 18. Whether age is greater than equal to 18 or not. If it is yes, I have to take some course of action. If it is no, I will simply, there is nothing mentioned in the question. Okay, whether what will happen if the person is not an adult? It's just written, check whether he is an adult or not. So I just have to print here minor or still a minor. Okay, the person is a minor till now. So if it is yes, print person is an adult. Okay, first of all we need to print this, and now we would be checking another condition. So what is that condition? First I will be checking whether I will be asking for something else. I did a mistake here, just wait. I have used the input box whereas I had to use the output box to display the output. So output would be this, print person is adult. This I will be first displaying, and then I would be asking for some value. So what am I going to asking? Read gender of the person. Okay. So gender, I can let it be within the variable gender only. And now there would be again two options over here. Is gender equal to male? If the gender is M, if it is not M, obviously it is what? Female, right? So I have to check it for that. If the gender is male, age already is there. Age is already there within the variable age. So I don't need to read the variable age. I don't need to read the data age again. I just will be checking another condition. Age, if he is a male, so if it is greater than equal to 21, that means simply I will print male eligible for marriage. Got it? If no, if he is not 21 years of age, simply you will print male not eligible for marriage. Got it? And from here, the program would stop. And once this is executed, it would also lead to stop. Let's move ahead now. जहां हमने छोड़ा था, if gender is not male, that means what is it? It's a female person. Okay, so I will be checking another condition to check whether age of this person is greater than equal to 18 or not. So already over here we have already checked whether the person is greater than equal to 18, and only when it is greater than equal to 18 we are writing person is an adult, then we are reading the gender. So if the person is not male, that is it implies that person is a female, and hence we don't need to check this condition once again. There is no need of checking whether age is greater than 18 again. We can simply print that person is a female Simply you will print female eligible for marriage. Okay. So here simply, now for males it's a different option. Males the age is 21, but for females the age is 18, and I have already checked that condition over here. And if the program control flow is reaching this area, it means that already it has crossed this condition and the condition is true. So why should I again check? If you want, you can check it. You can add another decision box here and check whether the age is greater than 18 or not, but that is not required here. Okay, because already it is within that part of if statement where the age is greater than 18. आपको और कुछ करना ही नहीं है यहाँ पे. Okay, simply you will print female is eligible for marriage, right? And this also you will be attaching with this part, okay, which will be leading to stop. Let's come a little higher up over here where we were checking the age of the person. So if the person is not 18 years of age, so it is 100% implied that that person is a minor. So in case of ladies also, in case of female also, obviously it will be printed that person is a minor. So no need to print whether the person is eligible for marriage or not. It is implied, right? So we are already printing minor, and now this no will also lead to stop. You can check it where it is leading. It is also leading to this edge, this arrow over here, which is leading to stop. So let us do a dry run of this. Okay, so suppose age of the person, someone is entering the age 17, right? So we read the age of a person and we are checking the condition. Is age greater than equal to 18? Tell me. Quickly tell me, if is age greater, is the condition true in this case?
No, ma'am.
No. So what is going to be the output? Where would the arrow lead? Where would the program control flow go? Age is not greater than 18. Okay. This condition is false. That is, answer is no. What will be printed? Minor. And simply the program, you can see that it leads to stop. यहाँ आ जाएगा. Okay, let us take another age. Now I am asking for age. Suppose the user gives the age as 19 years. Okay, it is still unknown whether it's a male or a female. Okay, so age is 19 years. Is the age greater than 18? Yes. Enter this condition. Okay, तो हम यहाँ पे आ गए. You will print what? Person is an adult. I printed this first line of output, that is person is an adult. इतना तो पता चल गया, right? Read gender. Next is you are asking for gender. So I'm going to read the gender of a person, and the gender is male. Okay. Enter this condition. Is the gender male? Answer is yes. Come down. Is the age greater than equal to 21? What was the age of the person? It was 19 years. So is the age greater than equal to 21? Answer is no. Print male not eligible for marriage. So this is going to be my output here. Not eligible for marriage. Fine. Let's take any other example. I'm taking the value 27 over here, right? So age is 27. Is it greater than 18? Yes. Person is an adult. Okay. Then read the gender of the person. Gender entered is male only. Is the gender male? Yes. Come down. Is the age greater than equal to 21? Answer is yes. because he is 27 years of age. What is the output? Male eligible for marriage. So your output is going to be this. Eligible for marriage. Understood? And do the dry run for someone who is 23 years of age, right? So age is greater than 18. Yes, print person. I'm not writing that output here. I'm just reading it out. Person is an adult. Read the gender. Now this time the gender is female. Is the gender male? No. Come to this box. Female eligible for marriage. Of course, because the age is 23. Okay. And we had already checked earlier whether the person is greater than 18 years or not. And for females, we know that the age of marriage is 18 years. Okay. So that is why what will happen? Simply it will print female and eligible for marriage, and the program will end. Is this flow chart clear to everyone? First, write the question. It's over here. Write the question in your copy. I will give you some time to draw the flow chart. Okay. And we will be writing its program now. So wait, don't write it just now. I will send you that complete screenshot. You can write it later. I am just going to open a new file and let's implement this program over here. So it is I've just given a name, marriage underscore age. Okay. And the very first thing what I'm going to do is ask for age of a person. Enter the, or let's change the usual way. What is your age? Let it move, let it work like this. Okay, what is your age? It is simply asking a person, what is your age? And the person is entering the age. Whatever value the user gives will be saved in age. Now, if age is greater than equal to 18, what can you do for this? If the age is greater than 18, something we will be doing. So I'm just writing pass. Pass is a special keyword which is used for not doing anything. If it is very essential to check a condition and there is nothing to do in that condition, we simply write pass. So right now we are writing pass because we have to create the structure of nested if, because nested if structure becomes a little complicated. Okay, so we have to keep a track of the various parts in this, right? So if the person is greater than equal to 18, so what you can do first of all is, where you have written this pass, you can simply write, I'll go back to my diagram here, you are going to write person is an adult. Okay, so I will be printing here person, you are an adult. You are an adult. Got it? And if not greater than equal to 18, then you are still a minor. Finished? Now next. After this, once a person is an adult, we have to read another thing, that is, we have to read a gender. So after this line, I'm going to again ask for a value. Input are you a girl or a boy? Enter the gender. So I'm just going to write M/F because I need to tell the user what he has to enter. Okay. And after this, you can check over here what we are checking, whether gender is male or female. So if gender is equal to male or equal to small m, because it's quite possible user can enter capital M also and small m also. So this, there is an alternate way of writing this, that is if gender in M or small m. This is the alternate way of writing it. So you can write that also. Okay. If gender is male, what should be done? If it is yes, another condition has to be checked, whether the person is eligible for marriage or not. So if age is greater than equal to 21, print. Now you can see that the upper if was to check whether the gender is male, the inner if. Now only if this if is true, if this condition satisfies, only then the program control will enter the inner if. Hence here we will print you are a age year old boy who is eligible for marriage. I have just, instead of using the usual way, I have used you are a, suppose user enters 27, you are a 27-year-old boy, or you can write man, whatever you want, who is eligible for marriage. Understood? So this way the output will look a bit presentable, right? Now if the age is not 21, then else print you are not eligible for marriage. Fine. So you are not eligible for marriage. So you can see the inner if else within the outer if. This is the outer if, uske andar ye wala if else aa raha hai, right? And we are moving according to our flowchart only. Now, if the person is, if the gender is not male, हमें ये भी तो देखना है, if the gender is not male, then that means it's a female. So enter, and we will be exactly placing the cursor right below this if, which is checking the gender. Okay. So else, what am I going to print? Because I had already checked the age of the person greater than 18. So I will simply write you are a age year old girl who is eligible for marriage. Got it? Simply I have printed this. Now let's just check everything. We have checked this condition. We have checked this condition, whether gender, we have checked the gender condition. We have also checked whether age is greater than equal to 21 or not. So this is how your program looks like. Okay, I'm just going to copy this and paste it over here to make you understand the various parts of this program. Now, take a look at this program very carefully and try to understand the various parts within it. We start from the inner if. So you can see over here, this is my inner if. Okay, this is one block. उसके ऊपर हमारे पास ये वाला block है, that is if else block. If उसके साथ else. इसमें भी if, उसके साथ else, right? And this is my outer if block. So how many if block, how many levels of nesting do you see here? There are 2 levels of nesting. That is, this is the outer if block. Within the outer if, another if, and within this there is another if. So you can see that this nested if structure is not constant. It's not the same everywhere. It depends upon the question and the requirements of the question. Okay, the way you are designing the logic for the problem, it depends upon that. तो आपको क्वेश्चन पढ़ना पड़ेगा, उसमें कहाँ कहाँ आप कौन सा कंडीशन चेक कर रहे हो वो आपको पता करना पड़ेगा, and then only you can do this. So my first advice to you is, please draw the flow chart, because if you draw the flow chart, only then you will be able to understand the flow of control within the program. And once a flow chart is drawn, writing a program becomes a whole lot easier. Got it? Let us run this program and check. I'm running the program. So it will appear as if you are talking to your person. So what is your age? I want the answers, output from somebody from you. Anyone, give me any age, any random age. You can even give me age of 120. Okay, it's quite possible even people get married at that age also. Okay, and of course you can also give some 1,000 years of age if that person is a vampire, right? Any age you can give me. While you are taking a lot of time to think about the age, I'll be downloading the attendance. Yes, come on. Do you have to think so much to enter any age? When somebody asks you, follow. Yes, 6 years. 16. Okay. Sweet 16, I'll never be 17. You are still a minor, so don't even think about marriage now. Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Come on. Anybody?
999.
999. Oh, you're a vampire, it means. Great. So we have a vampire in our club. May I know the name of the vampire?
Ma'am, Prajwal Tripathi.
Prajwal Tripathi, you better be handsome, okay? If you are a vampire.
Yes.
Okay. You are an adult, and in fact, I should have also added something over there. You are a vampire. Okay. Okay. Are you a girl or a boy? I don't know whether you are a girl or a boy. What are you?
Ma'am, boy.
No, you're a boy. Fine. Okay, so I'll enter M. You are an just imagine you are a 999-year-old boy who is eligible for marriage. So this is the answer you are getting over here. Okay. So it's just like AI. Now I want some girls to try this out. Let's create a Twilight Saga over here. Yes. Any girl? Come on. No one wants to marry this vampire. Okay. And one is a minor, one is a vampire. We are short on options. Come on, girls. What is it? Okay. Anybody, give me any age. Come on.
2000.
2000. We don't want vampires. One is enough. थोड़ा ठीक ठाक year डालो अब. Let's take, okay, you can't think, I'll think. I'm entering the age 19. Fine. You are an adult, no doubt, but you are a male. You are not eligible for marriage. I'm sorry, you need to reach the age of 21 in order to get married, right? Another, enter your age. I'm entering the age as 18 years. Are you a girl or a boy? This time it's a girl. So one girl for so many boys. Okay. You are an 18-year girl who is eligible for marriage. The article went wrong over here. It should be an if it is 18. So you can again use a/an over there, right? So is this program clear to everyone? How you have to do it, right? I will be sending it to you through chat. So just check your chat boxes, everyone. I wish we all were in a classroom and I could teach this in the class. Okay, Suzal Kori gave 26. Wow, very good. 1 second, let me fulfill his wish. So your age is 26. Are you a girl or a boy? Of course, you're a man. So you're a 26-year-old boy who is eligible for marriage. Very good. Fine, good. So that's it. This is the program. And now I'm going to give you one question, right? It's a very interesting question which I created yesterday only. Check this out. So you are in a realm, you are a player who is in the realm of magic, right? And you are walking down a path and you come across two doors, A and B, right? You have to choose any one door out of that. So you choose door A, and if you choose door A, you have to again walk through a path and you'll come across two more doors, C and D. If you choose door C, there is a hungry lion who is sitting behind the door and he'll eat you up, right? And if it is door D, you won't die, but you will get trapped in a dungeon. Okay. Then if you follow this, if you choose door B, you have to again choose door E and door F. Okay. So if you choose door E, there is an electrified fence over there. So the moment you touch it, you get electrocuted and you die. Okay. And if you choose door F, you get an escape route. You are alive and you run away from there. Can you do this on your own, students? Can you do this? I'm sending this to you. What you have to do is you have to draw a flowchart first of all. If it's 80 years, yes, Deepak Dhakar, you are eligible for marriage. That's what I told you. People are getting married at the age of 100 also. That's not a big deal. Okay. So I'm just sending this image to you people. Just wait. Okay. Wait a second. Yes. And here it is. Okay, so I've sent this to you. Draw its flow chart and write its program. Okay. So, and please use some nice words, nice fancy words, right? That is something like, if it is a dungeon, it should create some fear. If it is an escape route, it should give some hope to the person, right? Something like that. If it is 80 years, okay, Deepak, I'll run it once again for you. 80. Are you a girl or a boy? You're a boy, 80-year-old boy. You're still a boy at the age of 18. Okay, so that's the end of today's class. We will again continue with this looping in the next class, and then we will switch over to iteration. Okay. So thank you everybody, and I will just make the correction in that one question. Please check your emails. Okay, question number 22, I will adjust the marks, right? And I will again re-release the scores to you. Okay, thank you everybody. I'm stopping the